What?
I feel like the jokes keep getting worse and worse.
Oh, good.
Okay. Two cannibals are eating a clown. One turns to the other and says, "Hey, does this taste funny to you?" Okay, fine. Okay.
Definitely heard that one before.
Well, I looked over as I was reading it and you were nodding.
I also kind of mouthed at the end of it. I didn't want to cut you off.
Ah. Okay, I don't know. I don't look up jokes about cannibals very often. Hi, welcome to Everything's Dumb. My name is Victoria.
I'm Kate.
Today we're going to talk about cursed movies.
So excited.
Yes, I am also excited.
Yay.
However, first, have you heard of the Winchester Mansion?
Yes.
Okay, I want to talk about the Winchester Mansion real
I wanted
fast.
to go.
Me too. Well,
Field trip.
I've wanted to go since I heard about it like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I haven't known about it since childhood. I just remember going up to wine country, Central Coast, and knowing that I was close.
It's in San Jose.
Sweet.
Is that near wine country?
I don't know exactly how far. I just know it's in the general direction.
Wine country is like Napa Valley.
So there are multiple wine countries in California.
Really?
California's amazing. So there's Napa Valley, which is like the northern coast. Or I don't know if it's the coast. Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Central Coast is also, that's where they filmed that movie Sideways.
Yes.
And after they filmed that movie, I mean, there was always like good wine coming out of that area. But after they filmed that movie Sideways, the wineries exploded.
Oh, I'm sure.
Area.
Yeah.
Like by some ridiculous amount, like went from like tens to hundreds kind of thing.
Wow.
Within years.
Wow. So. One of my favorite American Dad episodes is like the Sideways episode. Like Roger is even dressed like
Paul Giamatti's
what's
character?
His name? Yes. Okay, yeah. So I did not know that you can take tours of the house.
Yes.
They've turned it into a business.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart move. So the Winchester Mystery House, which is another name for it, is in San Jose, California. And a woman named Sarah Lockwood Pardee Winchester.
Save some names for the rest of it.
I know. So she lived there, and she was married in Connecticut to a man named William Wirt Winchester. And in case you're wondering how Wirt is spelled,
definitely am.
It is Wirt.
Okay.
What is even happening with that name?
Wirt. Is that like a middle name?
Yeah.
Would be a first name kind of name?
Well, it was his middle name. William Wirt Winchester. He was born in Baltimore in 1837, and then Sarah was born in 1839. And I'm going to show you a photo of what this man looked like. Our listeners / viewers
the
can
older ladies
can look it up themselves. That's her husband.
Okay, so where does the mustache stop? And
it
where
doesn't.
Does the beard begin?
It doesn't.
It hooks around. That is literal handlebars. Like he has.
It's like he has a full beard that comes down to his chest, but then he just shaved the part on his chin. It's like mutton chops are like down to his
full beard.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show you that.
That's
everyone else. You should look him up because that is a monstrous facial hairstyle that should not have been allowed.
That's a lot of bad choices.
Yes.
This man was married to a woman who could see?
Yes.
Wow.
So this gentleman was the descendant of the people who created the Winchester repeating arms gun.
Didn't have to reload after every shot.
Correct. So,
yay.
Yeah.
Technology advancement. What could go wrong?
So they got married and they lived in Connecticut, like I said, and they had a daughter, and she died very young. And then a few years later, her husband died of tuberculosis. So then she became the heiress to the Winchester Arms fortune. And she moved from Connecticut out to San Jose, California, and she bought an 8-room farmhouse and then started building. She just started building. Mm-hmm. And she kept building.
Herself?
Not herself.
Okay.
No, she's a wealthy woman.
Gotcha.
She paid people to build for her.
Smart.
And she paid them twice of what the going rate for construction was at the time.
Nice.
So she started building in 1886, and the only reason that construction stopped in 1922 is because she died. So she did not have blueprints for the house, mm-hmm. which made it difficult for the construction workers to know exactly what to do, but she would just tell them. She'd meet up with them and be like, okay, today you're going to start building an extra room on this side of the house. Mm-hmm. And they were like, okay. And then they would start doing it. And sometimes she would come by and be like, this isn't what I envisioned, like tear it down. But she apparently was pretty nice. Like she wasn't yelling at them or anything.
Yeah.
But she'd be like, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I pictured in my head. And they would be like, okay, do you want to maybe draw a blueprint? And she'd be like, no. And they're like, all right, well, we'll rip it down and we'll start again in the morning. But they were getting paid, so they didn't care.
Right.
So this house, let me do some math. 14 plus 22. Why am I doing this out loud? 32, 36. 36 years. She built extensions onto this house for 36 years. When she passed away, the house had 24,000 square feet.
I was just going to ask what the end total was.
You and I, like, our apartments are the same blueprint because I literally live above you. Mm-hmm. So our apartments are probably what, like 600 square feet? Yeah, maybe 700? Like we both have something. 1-bedroom apartments.
Yeah.
So let's just say 700. Her house was 24,000. Like I can't. That's a large house.
Yes.
10,000 windows.
Jesus Christ.
2,000 doors. 160 rooms. 52 skylights.
Naturally.
That's so much glass. 47 stairways, 17 chimneys.
47 stairways?
Yeah, and some of the stairways you would get to the top and there would be no door at the top. It would just go up to the ceiling. And then sometimes you would open a door to try to walk into the next room and there was nothing underneath you. It would just open up to like the outside of the house. So if you weren't careful, you could fall from like the second or third story to the ground. 13 bathrooms, which kind of makes sense. If there are 160 rooms, it makes sense that there are 13 bathrooms.
Honestly, seems kind of low for bathrooms.
Yeah. You have to kind of trek to the
47
bathroom.
stairways, but only 13 bathrooms.
Yeah. I know, quite stingy. And then 6 kitchens.
Wow.
And I really want to know, like, did every single kitchen have a full stove? Like, how many burners?
Were all the fridges stocked?
Oh, I hope they didn't waste too much food because I think she lived there by herself.
Yeah.
So she claimed to get the building instructions from ghosts during seances. And that's why the instructions kept changing. Like she would tell them to build a whole extra wing on the house. And then halfway through, she'd be like, wait, no. I got different instructions. It needs to be built this way. And again, the crew was just like, okay.
This is different from the story that I heard.
What did you hear?
That she was so guilt-stricken by how many people had died at the hands of...
Well, yes. So my very next line is the idea that she was potentially haunted by the ghosts of the people who were murdered by the guns that her husband's family invented. Mm-hmm. And so she was receiving all these instructions from ghosts and she felt like she had to listen to them because her husband's family had basically caused their murder.
Okay, so the version that I heard is that she made this crazy elaborate maze of a house to confuse the ghosts so they could never find her.
Oh.
So they would like go up a stairway and not be able to, or like go through a door and there wouldn't be anybody that like.
Okay, that makes sense. I did not hear that, but that is kind of sad though, because then it's like she not only felt guilty, but she also was like scared.
Yeah, she was like trying to trick them and outrun them, and she thought that she could never, if she ever stopped construction, or like that would make sense why she didn't want to put blueprints down because then they could see. But if she just like constantly kept changing it, then it would be hard for them to find her.
That's quite devastating.
Sorry.
Well, no, it's okay. I still
want to go.
No, I want to go too. So in 1923, which is the year after she died, there had been $5 million spent on this house. And if you convert that to today's money, that is $71 million.
I mean, there are worse ways to spend your fortune.
Yeah, she was supporting like local construction workers.
Very well.
Paying them twice as much as anyone else would. The only
stuff she was like spending money on was like building supplies, which aren't too terrible. It's mostly wood and metal and
So
for a rich person, I'm just saying the standards. By today's standards,
yes,
she would be
rich people.
An angel.
These days are spending their money on like actually horrible things.
Yeah.
So
penis-shaped rockets and the like.
So these days you can take a tour of the house, and the standard tour is led by a guide, and you can go through, out of the 160 rooms, you can go through 110 of them.
Wow. How long is this fucking tour?
Well, it takes about an hour, so I think you move at quite a clip.
Wow.
And the tour guide...
I mean, they can't all be interesting rooms.
Right. Some of them, it's just like, there's another kitchen. Move on.
I wonder if they're
Here
all
we go.
Like painted and wallpapered and...
I think so.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that $71 million had to go into something besides wood, I assume.
Sure.
Wallpaper at the time was probably pretty expensive. So the tour guide will tell you the history of the house and also some of the like spookier myths about the mansion. And then if you want, this sounds terrifying. If you want, you can add on a self-guided tour of both, meaning two, of the basements of the house.
Oh, no.
And I just don't think that I would want to do that.
I don't think I would want to do that either. Self-guided, like the guides won't go down?
Well, so there are tour guides stationed around so that if you have a question or if you want to hear a story about something in particular, they can step in and like talk to you.
Then maybe I would do that. If it was just like, if you want to.
Yeah. We're not going down there.
There's a
but
waiver
if
you can sign and have fun.
Yeah.
Maybe leave your keys with someone else.
Well, it says that the basements are areas which are infamous for their reported paranormal activity. So I would not be stepping foot in the basement. No, thank you. In either of the basements. No, thank you. Yeah, I went on a tour of the Edinburgh vaults when I was 20. Yeah, when I was 20 with my sister. And the history of those vaults is really devastating and horrible. Yeah, like when you're standing down there and the tour guide is telling you just how many hundreds, if not thousands of people died in the exact room that you're standing in. And I was just like, oh, this is quite depressing.
Yeah.
And then there was one part where they're like lanterns on the wall and they turn off all the lanterns. And then there's this like bang. And I almost jumped out of my skin. Like, I think I screamed.
Oh my God.
A lot of people kind of screamed, but I am very jumpy and it scared the crap out of me. And then when you're done, you come up into a bar, basically, and they give you a free shot of whiskey and then a little shortbread. And my sister and I each ate our shortbread, but she didn't want a shot of whiskey. So I drank both.
Wow.
And I was like, I really needed that after being in an ancient vault and hearing all the tales of murder that happened down there.
Fun.
Anyway, So maybe one day we'll go to Edinburgh together. But before then, we can try to arrange a trip to the Winchester house.
That'd be fun.
So next year we can go to Oktoberfest and then the Winchester Mansion.
Okay.
And we'll report back. Yeah.
Big plan.
Yeah. They made a movie in 2018 called Winchester with Helen Mirren. Oh. It's a horror movie. Jason Clarke is in it, whose career baffles me. And then also Sarah Snook was in it, like pre-Succession days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I remember seeing a trailer for it and thinking, like, that looks horrifying. I will not be watching that. I don't know. Maybe I'll try one day. But it only got 12% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yikes.
Helen Mirren.
That's out of 100?
Yup.
Yikes.
Okay, anyway. Oh my God. The tagline on the poster is "Terror is building." That's so funny. I didn't see it until I looked at the poster just now. Terror is building. Okay, so cursed movies.
Yay.
I have quite the collection of films to discuss, so we are kind of going to quickly go through. Like,
sure.
I feel like in every other episode, I'm like, this won't take too long. And then 45 minutes later, I'm still talking about it. But for this episode, my intent is to really kind of move through this.
Sweet.
So we're going to start off strong. And I'm sure you've heard of the lore around some of these. The first one is The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
From 1939.
Huh. Did not realize that was cursed.
Well, none of these movies are actually cursed.
But no, like I have heard of two. There are specifically two that I am thinking of.
Which ones?
Poltergeist?
Yes. That made the list.
And The Exorcist.
That is also on the list.
Okay. So those are the ones that I know of.
Okay.
So everything else is going to be a surprise. I'm not saying like
nice.
This is a definite case of I'm just saying all of these I've not heard of except for those two.
Okay. So The Wizard of Oz came out in 1939. Mm-hmm. And I think the most famous rumor about something terrible that happened during this movie is that when you watch the movie, there's a part where they're walking through the woods and you can see something kind of swinging in the background.
Okay.
Have you not heard this? Oh. And the rumor, the myth, is that one of the actors who played a munchkin in the movie hung himself. And that they didn't find him until after they had filmed the scene. And they had already filmed it and they were already moving on, so they couldn't go back and reshoot it. So it's in the movie. But that has been debunked. Apparently it was a bird just in the background.
Okay.
And, you know, it's an older movie, so like the quality is not it's not like a Christopher Nolan these days movie where you could freeze, like pause and then zoom in and it would be crystal clear. Like it's kind of hard to see what's happening. So I have seen that clip before and I understand why people think that it was a person.
Okay.
But apparently it was not.
Okay.
Thank goodness, because that would have been quite sad.
Yeah.
But so that's the main, I feel like that's the main thing that I always hear about this movie. But Margaret Hamilton, who is the woman who played the Wicked Witch, she suffered 3rd-degree burns because there was a scene where there were like pyrotechnics. You know how sometimes she would disappear into a cloud of smoke?
Yeah.
So they would set off basically like fireworks at her feet. And there was a trap door and the trap door was supposed to open like right before the fire started.
Right.
But it malfunctioned and she got 3rd-degree burns. So she had to go to the hospital, but she was able to come back and finish the movie. But when she came back, she was like, I'm not doing any more fire scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Yeah. And then the actor who originally played the Tin Man, his name was Buddy Ebsen. So at first for the Tin Man makeup, they used aluminum powder and he inhaled a bunch of it because he was just breathing as people like to do. And he inhaled a bunch of it and it coated his lungs and he had to go to the hospital.
Jesus.
But luckily he survived. But he was recast, and the man who replaced him was named Jack Haley. And instead of an aluminum powder, they started using an aluminum paste. So he did not breathe it in, but it did give him a severe eye infection.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. And then the actress who played Aunt May unfortunately took her own life when she was 81 years old.
What?
I know. But her suicide note said that she was going on to her greatest adventure. So it kind of seems like she...
Oh, maybe she was like suffering an illness.
Yeah, maybe she was just like, I'm just kind of sick of this. I'm going to move on my own. So that like her suicide note, I feel like makes it sound a little bit less sad.
Okay.
And then obviously...
Good for her.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. Judy Garland, I think probably the saddest thing to come out of that movie is just the fact that Judy Garland had like a horrible experience in Hollywood and was instructed to smoke cigarettes to keep herself skinny, and she was put on drugs to keep herself skinny, and she was like barely allowed to eat. And so people think that just because all this other shit happened during the filming of that movie, they think that she was partially like really fucked up from it. But it was also because MGM treated her like a product.
Right.
And yeah. So that's the Wizard of Oz.
Off to a great start.
I can't believe you haven't heard of those.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I might, the aluminum powder thing sounds familiar. I knew that they used something fucked on someone's skin. I didn't know that it was like someone that had to go to the hospital and be recast.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking crazy. He
couldn't continue. Yeah. Okay, so the second one is the movie Rosemary's Baby, which I've never seen. I haven't seen a lot of these. I've seen, obviously, The Wizard of Oz, of course. I have not seen Rosemary's Baby, but they did kind of an updated, I wouldn't call it a remake, but they did a movie that was kind of the same idea. There's a movie called Apartment 7A that came out in 2024. And I had never seen Rosemary's Baby, so I didn't realize that it was kind of the same story.
Oh, okay.
And then afterwards, the people in the theater were like, yeah, so this is like a modern take on Rosemary's Baby. And I was like, what? It was good, though.
You saw like a screener?
Yes. Thing? Yes. Actually, I'm not even sure it's modern. I feel like it takes... Whatever. Irrelevant. The point is, I saw this Apartment 7A movie. I have never seen Rosemary's Baby. That came out in 1968. And so the stuff that happened during that movie was that the composer died of a brain clot.
Jesus. Which,
again, I haven't seen the movie, but apparently something very similar to that happened in the movie. Like someone died of a brain clot. And then this movie was directed by Roman Polanski, and his wife, before she was brutally murdered, Sharon Tate, she was murdered a year after the movie came out, and she had wanted a role in the movie. She did not get it, but she still died. Very sadly. Yes. And then some other people that I had never heard of fell ill and blamed it on the movie. And, you know, people die and people get in car accidents and stuff. And if they're attached to a movie that one thing happens, everyone's like, oh, it's part of the curse.
Especially if it's a scary movie. Like
exactly. Yeah. And then sometimes it's like maybe the marketing department for this movie kind of almost leans into this, the like unfortunate things that happen, which is not great, but I guess they're just trying to sell more tickets. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is The Exorcist. This came out in 1973. And I have seen this movie a few times. This, I feel, is just a shit show.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep learning more things about the filming of The Exorcist, and none of them are good.
Right.
There's like the priest who was actually, because this was filmed in DC. Like I think those famous outdoor steps are like at the campus of Georgetown University or something like that. But the priest was an actual priest at Georgetown, and the director like slapped him right before a take. It was a take where he was supposed to be really, I think it was during the exorcism. So he was supposed to be really like nervous and worked up, and he was like shaking. And so right before he yelled action, the director just walked across the room and slapped him across the face and then said action. And then they started, and the actor was so shocked at being slapped that he really was like overwhelmed. And the director was like, whatever, I got what I wanted. Like, I got the take I wanted. I don't know. That director, that's no good. You know, like, you can't do that shit anymore.
No.
For good reason.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about that. I feel
white person on a podcast talking about the good old days.
You can't get away with assault on a film set anymore. What a bummer. So 2 of the actors in the film died before it came out, like between filming and release. And then a fire on the set destroyed a lot of the set except for Reagan's bedroom. And that's where the exorcism takes place.
Yeah.
Which I think is spooky.
Yes.
Isn't that spooky?
Very spooky.
Linda Blair, that's the actress who played Reagan.
Yes.
So there's a scene where she was on the bed. I feel like she's on the bed for like most of the movie. And they attached ropes and pulleys to the bed to shake it.
Yeah.
And she got injured during that scene because the bed was being shaken so violently.
Wow.
And she hurt her back. And then the woman who played her mother in the movie actually received a permanent spinal injury during filming.
Jesus Christ.
So there's a scene where she is, so her daughter, Reagan, is the one who's possessed. And so her daughter throws her off of her with using her like evil spirits.
Yeah.
The mom was like thrown across the room, and she had the like stunt harness under her outfit, and then they like pulled on the ropes to pull her across the room, and they pulled her so hard she slammed into a dresser and hurt her back, and she like screamed in agony, and that's the take they used in the movie.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So now that I know all of this, I'm not really sure I want to watch this movie again, because I don't want to hear like the real screams of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So crew members working on the movie said that they felt a dark presence during production, and this was a Warner Brothers movie, and they brought in actual priests to bless the set.
Oh shit.
To try to like ward off the evil spirits, because so many crew members were like, I feel like there's something evil here. Can you imagine working for a film studio and having to call up the local church and be like, hey, do you have anyone available? Right. Like, this is Warner Brothers calling.
Crazy.
We need a priest ASAP. I mean,
put the holy water on the cameras.
I know. I kind of don't blame them though, because I don't believe in evil spirits and stuff, but I do have quite the imagination, and I feel like if someone was like, oh, I feel a dark presence, I'd be like, well, I don't want to be like, let's just go. Let's just not be here. I don't know. So then anyway, audience members who went to see The Exorcist in theaters fainted, threw up. Some of them just ran out screaming. One woman sued Warner Brothers, claiming that the film caused her to have a miscarriage.
What?
I don't really know what to say about that one, but I guess that's how scared she was.
Okay.
Yeah. Had you heard of any of those?
I think so. I think the I knew that Linda Blair got injured, like had a back injury. I guess I wasn't sure exactly what it was from. And then I knew that a couple of people like died in between the filming. And
I don't know who they played, but Jack McGow. God damn it.
It's fine.
And this is even a British name and I can't pronounce it. McGowran. It's just a lot of vowels. And then a guy whose name I'm not even going to try. I don't know who they played, but yeah, two actors died.
That's crazy.
Between filming and release. That's just nuts.
I didn't know about the slap. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's actually the one. I think that's the one that I had heard of like all these years. I knew that. And then, also, there's a part where Reagan projectile vomits on the priest, I think.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to go onto his chest. Whoever made this movie, like, they were not very organized. I mean, it was like all of the stunt stuff went wrong, but even just with the vomit thing, they miscalculated. And instead of it landing on his chest, it went straight into his face. And he didn't know that that was going to happen. And so there's a scene where he's like wiping, I'm sure it was like soup, yeah. Like split pea soup or something. But he was wiping it off of his face. And the look of disgust on his face is because he legit did not know it was going to be all, like, he thought it was going to be all over his chest and his shoulders.
Right.
Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, that movie just seems.
That kind of wouldn't have been as impactful, though.
What do you mean?
If it was just like,
if it was on his, yeah, no, exactly. I guess it's like a happy accident, but it would have been nice if he had warning.
Yeah, a lot of the terrible things kind of,
yeah.
I understand why they kept them.
Yeah.
It did make the movie.
I understand
horrifying.
too. It's just, it seems like that would have been a hellish production.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Like, I would have been like, all right, so now the studio is going to pay for me to go to therapy for the next 45 years.
Or like give them percentages for the back end.
Yeah.
Because that turned into a gigantic phenomenon. And if they didn't get appropriately paid for going through the shit that they went through, and then it made that much money for the studio, like they should have gotten at least some additional compensation.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
I feel like probably they didn't, but I agree with you.
At different times. Nowadays, any lawyer would be willing to take.
We should start a movie studio.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a law firm.
We should.
Suing movie studios when they fuck up.
Do you really want to go to law school?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to go to law school. We just hire lawyers.
Man, something smells really good. What is that?
Not coming from this apartment.
It smells like Chinese food.
Do you want to order Chinese food?
I mean, yes, always. I cannot get an egg roll like out of my mind. I've been craving an egg roll for like a month. And I want one of the fat ones that are like deep fried. I don't want a little spring roll. And you know what is an abomination? The ones with the like rice paper. What are those even called?
I don't know.
With like the clear wrapper.
No.
And then it's just like vegetables inside.
Roll, right?
I don't know, but I want like one of the.
It's a healthy shit.
Fucking deep fried ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm eating Chinese food, I know it's unhealthy.
Right.
I've made peace with that.
Of course. You're making a decision for your night.
Yeah. I've made a decision.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick with it. Okay. I would not argue that this one goes into like cursed territory. I think this one is just a little sad and unfortunate.
Okay.
So Superman. In the 1950s, there was a Superman TV show. And the actor who played Superman, his name was George Reeves.
What?
I know. Strange.
Very strange.
So he got the role of Superman, and unfortunately, like, you'd think that when you get a job like that, a role like that, you're so excited.
Right.
It actually kind of ruined his career because he couldn't get any work afterwards, and people just only knew him as Superman and didn't want to cast him in anything else. So unfortunately, he actually took his own life.
Oh, God.
But before that happened, he was at some event. I'm picturing a Comic-Con situation, but this was way before then.
Yeah.
But he was at some event.
Like fan event or something.
Yeah, it was like a speaking event or something. And a kid brought his father's gun.
Oh my God.
And was going to shoot George Reeves to see if the bullet would deflect bounce off of him. Bounce off of him like it did in the show.
Wow.
And George Reeves had to talk this kid out of shooting him. And he said he didn't want to ruin Superman for all the kids in attendance.
Right.
I would have been like, no, if you shoot me, I'm going to die. Like, you're going to kill me. Like, I would have lost it. But this man, George Reeves, I really admire him for this. He like kept his cool and he was like, well, of course the bullets will deflect off of me because I'm Superman, but it could ricochet and it could hurt someone else. And you don't want to hurt someone else. And so he talked this kid out of literally shooting him.
Jesus Christ.
And can you just imagine the sigh of relief? Like as soon as the kid was like, oh, okay, and handed the gun to like an adult, George Reeves was probably just like, oh my fucking God.
An adult's like, I'll take the risk.
Oh God. Yeah. So, oh man, I would have been so fucking stressed.
Yeah.
I probably would have quit acting after that, honestly. Yeah. And then people would just walk up to him on the street and like punch him in the stomach to see if he was like invincible like Superman. Can you imagine that?
Nope.
I would be like, I thought that this job was going to be the greatest thing to ever happen to my acting career. And now I'm miserable. So
yeah, no, I would charge them for assault.
Yeah. But unfortunately he did take his own life, which is very sad. And then Christopher Reeve, which is very confusing, almost the exact same last name.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we, of course, know that he played Superman in the movies, and he was very lovely and handsome and a good guy. He was paralyzed during a horse riding accident in 1995, which is really tragic and horrible. And luckily he survived, but he did die in 2004, probably due to complications. He was paralyzed from like the neck down.
Yeah.
Have you watched that documentary about him?
I have not.
It's really good, but I will warn you, like I watched it and I cried pretty much the whole time.
I was going to say, I just haven't been able.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the right headspace.
Yeah.
For, like, I know what this is going to do to me.
Yes. It is very, very good.
Yeah.
But definitely just be prepared.
Yeah.
It's great though. And it tells the story of his whole career and his whole like family life and everything. I would say that it's kind of a feel good story.
Yeah.
Even though it's like very tragic.
Yeah.
So, but I liked it. I recommend it. So then that's Christopher Reeve, who played Superman. And then Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane. She had bipolar disorder. And then later in life, she experienced homelessness. And I actually didn't know this. In 2018, she died by suicide.
Jesus Christ.
I somehow missed that.
I
missed that happening.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was Superman. Sorry, that one was rough. I mean, they're all rough. This is about movies where horrible things happen to the people involved. But that one, I feel like, was just depressing.
I somehow thought this would be more fun.
Well, I didn't expect the recycling episode to like put me in a shame spiral. So,
Jesus. Minnie,
and here we go.
Stop, Minnie. I'm sorry. Is that okay? You can be right there if you want to. Oh God, she wants. Okay, that was on camera and that was adorable.
She tried to like collapse into your hand, but she just leaned against the green screen. Okay, so the Poltergeist trilogy.
Trilogy? Wait, what?
Yes.
I missed that this was a trilogy. Oh my God.
I have an empty bullet point at the bottom. I wonder what went there.
What was your point?
I don't know. Okay, have you seen any of the Poltergeist movies?
I've seen the first one. I did not know that there were multiple.
Oh, really?
Maybe I knew that there was a second one.
Okay. Well,
I've definitely seen the first one.
Is it good?
They're here. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought I was gonna.
I haven't seen any of them.
You had seen. Okay.
No.
Yes.
Is that a spoiler?
No. That's just something that she says in the movie.
Ugh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
I don't like scary movies.
Oh, it's so good though. It's like an old school one. It's a classic.
Okay, so Heather O'Rourke, who played Carol Ann, she was a child.
Okay, yes, okay.
She must have been like the child.
The little girl, yeah.
Okay.
The line I just said was.
Oh, that was her. Okay. So Heather O'Rourke died before the third movie came out at age 12 from septic shock. Dominique Dunn, who played Dana, was murdered by her ex-boyfriend shortly after the first movie came out. And he told someone like in the apartment, he said, call the police because I just killed my girlfriend. So he admitted to it. And then her dad went to his trial every day to like make sure that, you know, justice was served. And he only got 3 years in prison. And it like destroyed her dad. So then he became a crime reporter and would go to all these trials. He reported on the OJ trial.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he was just obsessed. And when the ex-boyfriend got out of prison, the dad like dedicated his life to tracking him down and always knowing where he was.
Oh, shit.
And the ex-boyfriend kept changing his name, and the dad would find him and like tell everyone where he was. Yeah, he only let it go, I think, a few years before he passed away. He was like, I need to try to just enjoy like a few years of my life.
Yeah.
And then he passed away. So that's quite devastating. A few actors died after filming their scenes. One of them died of cancer. One of them died after a surgery. But it's still weird that like 2 people died like in between filming and release. That's just very strange. And then some people, like I said, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know about this scene, but some people say that the skeletons that were used during a pool scene.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Some people say that those were real human skeletons.
Okay.
And they used them instead of fake ones because apparently it was cheaper. I don't know how getting your hands on a real human skeleton could be cheaper than just a plastic one from the store. But
where are you getting discount human skeletons
right?
at? Like
where? How could that possibly be cheaper? I mean, unless you're literally digging up graves.
Don't they have like fake ones that they put in like school classrooms and stuff? How are they?
Just
how
like
are
plastic
those not
ones.
As
I don't know. That's the rumor going around. Okay. And then have you heard of the movie called The Crow?
Oh yeah.
That came out in 1994.
Johnny Depp?
No, Brandon Lee.
Oh.
So Brandon Lee was the son of Bruce Lee. And he played the main character. And there is a scene where someone shoots him. And the gun, it was a prop gun, but part of, I don't know all the terminology, but part of the fake bullet had like a fragment of a real bullet somehow. I don't even know how that would happen. But he got shot and died during filming.
Yeah.
And he was young. I think he was in his 20s. And then a carpenter working on that movie was electrocuted.
Holy shit.
A storm knocked out a lot of the set. Several other crew members were injured. I can't believe that they still put that movie out. Like, I've seen that movie, and it's a good movie. Well, it's weird, but it's good.
What am I thinking of that has Johnny Depp in it?
Sleepy Hollow?
No.
Edward Scissorhands?
No.
Say hello.
Say hi, Minnie.
She's like, what?
Cursed podcasts. Everything's dumb. Minnie won't leave us alone.
Okay.
3 curtains died before production was over.
So these last 2, nope, I lied. The big one I'm saving for the end.
Ooh.
These last 2, before we get to the big one,
oh boy,
are
big one. What's the
these are almost the exact same story, which is crazy.
Okay.
So there was a book called The Unfortunate History of a Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole.
Okay.
And he wrote this book, and then he couldn't get it published, and he felt like he had failed as an author. So he killed himself in 1969.
Okay.
After he died, his mom got the book published, and it became extremely popular. And in 1981, it won a Pulitzer Prize. And I have not read this book. I had not even heard of this book until about a month ago. But from people who have read it, apparently it's pretty good.
Okay.
So I would like to read it one day. I just have not read it yet. So they wanted to make this into a movie. And the first person that they thought of to play the main character was John Belushi. And then John Belushi died of an overdose.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, we can't have John Belushi because he has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Who else can we get? John Candy.
Oh, God.
John Candy died of a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, who else can we get? Oh, Chris Farley.
Oh, my God.
Chris Farley, unfortunately, also passed away of an overdose. So then they were like, what the fuck? Like, we need someone to play this character. Like, what the hell? So then all of these gentlemen were a little on the bigger side.
Right.
So for some reason, they decided to go with Will Ferrell, who's probably a foot taller than all of them and not skinny, but like definitely not a heavy set.
Don't do that to poor Will
man. So they decided that they wanted to use Will Ferrell, and they kind of started to get the ball rolling. But this book takes place in New Orleans. They're going to film in New Orleans. The head of the New Orleans Film Commission was murdered. And they were like, well, we needed him to instruct us on like where to film and to give us all the permission and everything. So that threw a massive wrench in the works. And then right after that, once they were like, okay, do we keep going? Like, what do we do? Then Hurricane Katrina just wiped out New Orleans. And they were like, all right, I guess we're just not going to make this movie.
God.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So maybe it will get made one day.
Yeah.
But I can't really imagine that any actor like wants to be.
Right.
The fact that Will Ferrell made it out alive.
Right.
Wow. Good for him. So then the next movie that is very similar to this, that was never made, has yet to be made, was going to be called Atuk. I'm probably mispronouncing that. It's Atuk.
Okay.
And it was a comedy script adapted from the incomparable Atuk. And it was about an Inuit man who like moved to New York City and was just like living life in the big city.
Okay.
So it was going to be a comedy. So the first actor, and this happened at the same time as when they were trying to get the cast together for the unfortunate history of a Confederacy of Dunces. I really wonder what they would have called. They couldn't have thought that they were going to call the movie that. No studio would have agreed. Yeah. So this other movie, Atuk, they were trying to cast this at the same time. So the first person that they wanted to play the main character was John Belushi.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
I think you scrolled up accidentally.
Nope.
You're reading the same thing over.
So John Belushi, in case you haven't heard, died of an overdose.
Yes.
So who else? Who else could play this role? John Candy.
Oh my God.
Died of heart attack.
Uh-huh. He was busy signing on to another movie that he would never
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So John Candy passes away. Rest in peace. Who else? Chris Farley.
Yep.
Dies of an overdose. So then the next person, I had never heard of this person, but Sam Kinison.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he agreed to do it. He wanted to be heavily involved with the production. He was fighting with the studio. He wanted creative control, whatever that means.
But he's not even an actor. He's a stand-up. The other guys were actors.
This is how the story goes.
Okay.
They would not give him everything that he wanted, so he said, "Fine, I'll do it, but I'm going to be bad on purpose." And they were like, "Okay, well then we'll sue you." Which my thing is like, well, how do you know if he's being bad on purpose or if he's just a bad actor? Like,
right.
What if he just gives a bad performance? Because, I mean, and nothing against this guy. Like, I hadn't even heard of him. I'm just saying it's kind of strange that you can say that you'll sue someone because, well, whatever. Okay, so Sam Kinison is like, fine, I'll do it. Dies in a car crash.
Oh my God.
Yep. Some People say that Phil Hartman may even, like, his death may have been caused by this. Phil Hartman very sadly was murdered by his wife.
Yep.
Because Chris Farley, and I assume they knew each other from SNL.
Yeah.
Chris Farley gave him the script for this movie.
Jesus fucking
and then Phil
Christ.
Hartman was murdered. So this movie has not been made.
Yeah,
it will probably never be made.
No, nor should it.
People say like, oh, it's just a coincidence. But then a lot of people in Hollywood are like, yeah, I'm not touching that movie.
Right.
Like, I want
Why risk
nothing to do with the
Right.
movie. Like this movie and or the first one that I mentioned, the Confederacy of Dunces one, like those two movies, if you believe in curses and things like this, potentially caused the death of like 3 beloved comedic
Right.
actors.
You'd have better luck getting a movie made that was about trying to get that movie made and everything that happened in the process. I'd see that.
I would watch that movie.
Right?
Well, they made a biopic of John Kennedy Toole, who wrote that first novel, but they have not made the actual movie.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. And
Right.
I don't blame actors for being like, yeah, I will not be involved with that. No, thank you.
Not worth the risk.
Yeah. Like if I were a comedic actor in Hollywood and if I were kind of a heavyset man, every night I'd be like, dear Lord, please do not let those producers think of me.
I hope they hate me. Please let them think that I suck.
My name never comes across their desk. Like, I would be terrified. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So I thought when I read that online, I thought that I
had Googled the same thing or like had the same tab open.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
I was like, again? This is so strange. And then I put it together.
Same cast, different movie.
That is mind-blowing.
Yep.
Okay, so the last one is The Omen.
Oh.
Yes.
Omen.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
I liked that one. That was good.
Thanks.
Good job. So I have also not seen this movie. I don't actually like scary movies. I am fascinated by all of this, but yeah, I haven't seen most of these movies. So The Omen came out in 1976. Have you seen this movie?
Again, parts of it.
Okay.
I don't know that I had older brothers, so I've seen like parts of a lot of movies, and then it's like go in the other room, like you're not.
Yeah.
Why don't they cover my eyes or whatever?
Yeah. Well, that's nice of them.
They just did not want to get reprimanded.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I had nightmares. It was their fault.
Okay. That makes sense. That adds up.
I was the baby girl.
How fun for you. Well, I was also the baby girl, but instead of 2 brothers, I had a brother and a sister who is beautiful and intelligent. And then I'm just like, I don't know what Victoria's doing out in California, but I haven't heard that she's homeless yet. So I think it's all good. Okay. So
as in
doing great.
That's where you live.
Oh yeah. Right there.
Right upstairs.
Right there. Okay, so The Omen, starring Gregory Peck, who is from To Kill a Mockingbird.
Things, yes.
I know that they're 2 different movies, and I understand, like, I know the story of both of them, but I always get the title of To Kill a Mockingbird confused with the title of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I know that they're 2 different movies, but sometimes I get them confused.
Birds.
But yeah, exactly. Thank you. So I'm not crazy,
black and white,
birds. Or stupid.
Or
both.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest wasn't black and white.
I think so.
Was it?
Well, here we go. I love having a computer right here. I believe it was, and I'm wrong. Not okay. The poster is in black and white. The movie was not in black and white
before they had black and white poster technology. Black and white films, no big deal. Posters, that's a whole different department. And
have you ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I did. Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
I would like to watch it. I mean, the storyline sounds absolutely bonkers, and then on top of that, I've heard that it's a really good movie.
It is very
I would like to watch it. So anyway, Gregory Peck from To Kill a Mockingbird Very handsome. This movie is widely believed to be the most cursed movie of all time.
Wow.
So The Omen is about the Antichrist comes back to yes. Earth, like in the form of a little boy who's adopted by Gregory Peck's character.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, again, deals with evil stuff.
Yes.
Subject matter.
Yes.
So before, yes, he's just a little puppy dog. So before filming even began, 2 months before Gregory Peck went to London to start filming, his son, Jonathan, dies by suicide.
Jesus.
He had already agreed to do the movie and he stuck with it. Like 2 months later, he left for London.
Oh my God.
On his way to London, the plane that he was in was struck by lightning.
What the fuck?
And it did land safely, but it caused crazy turbulence.
Oh my God.
And then the plane that the producers were in, different plane, was also struck by lightning on the way to London.
No.
Yep. And then
how many times per year does that happen? Like
the plane that the screenwriter was in.
No.
On the way to London.
Caught fire.
Was struck by lightning.
Yeah. Was this the same lightning storm or are these all separate?
No.
Okay.
That feels like a joke, right?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't even feel true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then they landed in London and the producer, Harvey Bernhard, the hotel that he was staying in London, he was not there when this happened, but it was the hotel that he was staying in. It was bombed by the IRA.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
And this was in the 70s. IRA was very active in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe not the biggest coincidence. Like they were bombing a lot of things, but still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not great.
Right. So this is all before filming even started. The crew was going to take a flight around London to get aerial footage of the city.
Sure.
They were
struck by lightning.
No. Okay. No, actually. God, that would have been funny. Should have just said yes. Yes, struck by lightning. No.
We will be right back.
They like booked the plane and then at the very last minute the plane company, the people. What the fuck term am I looking for?
I don't know. The aviation company.
Yes, the aviation company.
Plane rental.
Yes.
Business.
So at the last minute, the plane that they were going to use was actually given to a group of Japanese businessmen who were visiting London who wanted to take a flight to see the sights. Mm-hmm. And so the crew for The Omen was put into a different plane. And the plane with the Japanese businessmen that was going to be the one that they were going to use, as it was taking off, it crashed into a car and everyone on board the plane and everyone in the car died. So if they hadn't switched at the last minute, like half of the crew from The Omen would have been killed.
Holy shit.
Yep. Okay, so then during filming, there is a scene in the movie where they're at a safari park and baboons attack the car. Again, I haven't seen this movie, so this is just what I learned. I don't know this scene, but they were filming in a safari park and there was going to be a scene where baboons attacked the car, but they were just going to make it look like that happened. But then baboons actually attacked the car, which seems like pretty predictable that would happen. But it was still terrifying to the cast who did not expect that to happen.
The director go over and slap them across the face right before they yelled action. That might have done it.
Yeah. Seems like that kind of stuff happened a lot back then. And then the animal handler who helped with that scene was shortly thereafter attacked by a tiger. Jesus. And I don't know if this is true or not. He did die. I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly the tiger ripped off his head.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Okay. So, the special effects artist who created an infamous decapitation scene, his name was John Richardson. So he worked on The Omen, and then afterwards he was working in the Netherlands. He and his assistant, Liz Moore, got into a car accident. So this is the guy who created the effects for the decapitation scene.
Right.
He survived the car crash. His assistant, Liz Moore, was decapitated in the car crash. And then, this might not be true. A lot of this is like internet lore. Mm-hmm. But apparently, after the car crash, he came to and he looked up, and there was a sign, a road sign, that said the name of a town and then how far away it was. The name of the town, it is a Dutch word, so I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce it, but it looks like it says omen.
Oh, Jesus.
It's OMMEN, so it's almost the word omen. And it said that it was 66.6 kilometers away.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. I'm not exactly sure if that's true. I did read online, someone was like, well, if this were true, obviously there would be 1,000 photographs of this sign because people love stuff like this. They would go take a picture of it. And there are no signs of this street sign, or there are no photos of the street sign anywhere. So maybe it's not true. But that's what he said. But his assistant, unfortunately, did pass away in that car accident.
That usually happens when you're...
Yeah. And then also the crew was going to use a helicopter during production.
But it was electrocuted.
It crashed and killed several crew members.
Jesus.
And then the producer that I mentioned earlier, Harvey Bernhard, he started wearing a crucifix on set, and he claimed that the devil was at work trying to stop the film from happening.
Jesus.
So all of this shit that happened, it all just piled up, and he got like more and more paranoid and terrified, and he started wearing a cross because he was so scared.
Yikes.
So isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's The Omen.
Wow.
It's just one thing after the other.
Yeah.
Like the helicopter crashes and kills people.
In a row.
Lightning strikes. Yeah, that would have been a sign for me.
Yeah.
Like, we are not supposed to be flying to London. Like, this was a sign to turn the fuck around. Go home. Don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got big airports there. There's a flight back. You can just turn around. You don't even have to go.
You can get off the plane and then just walk to the nearest gate, and it's probably going to America. Just go home. Yep. You'll be fine. Yep. So that's that. Yay.
Go watch a scary movie.
I would watch a lot of these movies, actually. The Omen does sound very scary. I would watch The Exorcist again. Is Rosemary's Baby scary? I know it's supposed to be scary, but is it scary?
I think with what you've seen like The Shining and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. I know we've talked about this before. I did not think that The Shining was scary at all. And the only part of the movie that I felt any kind of like stress was, I mean, this movie came out like 50 years ago. So I guess it's not really a spoiler. But anyway, there's a part at the end where someone is chasing someone, and I just was getting worked up because I was like, all you have to do is walk a little bit faster and you'll get away. Yeah. Like, how about we just pick up the pace? Yeah. So that's the only time where I was kind of worked up because I was just annoyed that they weren't walking faster. But otherwise, I do understand it is a scary concept. But I think because I had seen so many references to it in pop culture over the years, like the scene where he is using the axe to break down the door. Yeah. I mean, I've seen that in like every show. So when I saw it in the actual movie, I knew exactly what was going to happen. It's a good movie, though. It's a great movie. I just was not scared by it. But I would watch Poltergeist, too. Oh, gosh. Crazy. Okay, for my closing segment, this is easy peasy.
Nice.
Just Halloween is approaching, and I just wanted to go over some Halloween traditions around the world. Halloween, as we know it, is basically an American creation.
Yeah.
So
America.
Other countries that celebrate Halloween, it's more of a Day of the Dead situation and less of a let's demand candy from people.
Candy and alcohol.
Yeah.
Best day ever.
But in Scotland and Ireland, which this comes from Celtic origins, and it is on October 31st, the original Halloween was a pagan festival marking the end of the harvest season and the start of winter. And this is when they believe that the veil between worlds, like the living and the dead, is
thinned.
Yeah, it's the thinnest on Halloween, and spirits and fairies and the dead can cross over into the world of the living, which is very spooky and terrifying. And they light bonfires to ward off spirits, and then people wore disguises to costumes to avoid being recognized by wandering souls.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they would dress up to try to not be tracked down, which is kind of terrifying. This holiday is not fun and cute. It's scary. But it's Scotland and Ireland, so that tracks. That makes sense. A less terrifying version is guising, and this is in Scotland and Northern England. This is where children would dress in guises, like costumes, like a disguise. And they would go door to door performing tricks, songs, or poems in exchange for treats.
Oh my God. I would so much rather just give you a treat than listen to a poem. I am so American.
If it's a funny poem that's 4 lines or fewer, then fine. But if you're like telling me about your feeling, no, thank you. Here's a Kit Kat.
I think you're thinking about a child coming to you. This is every child that comes to your door that night.
Yeah, that's true.
A poem.
Yeah.
I'm not standing around
to
listen to poems.
I have a scary movie to get back to.
Yeah.
Yeah. The origin of the jack-o'-lantern comes from Ireland.
Hence the O.
Yes. Comes from the legend of Stingy Jack, who was a cursed soul who tricked the devil, and he was forced to wander the earth with only a hollowed out turnip.
Oh.
And a burning coal. So they carved turnips, not pumpkins. And turnips are they're root vegetables. Is that correct? They're very twisted looking. And so when you carve it and turn it into a face, it looks really creepy.
Feels like it would be harder than a pumpkin too.
Yeah. Well, harder because it's literally harder, right?
And like solid.
And then also, yes. Yeah, I think you'd really have to get a good
with a pumpkin, you've
sharp
got like
knife.
A couple inches.
Yeah. And then the inside, and then also they're smaller, so just more difficult because they're smaller as well.
Yeah.
But, it wouldn't be Irish if it wasn't a struggle.
Right.
So in France, they celebrate something that translates to All Saints' Day. Not going to try to pronounce that. You're welcome. On November 1st, this is a quiet and solemn day for remembering the dead, and they visit cemeteries. And this actually sounds quite nice. They visit grave sites of their ancestors. They clean the graves. They bring fresh flowers. It just sounds like a nice time to literally remember the dead and take care of their grave site and visit and
little fall cleaning.
Pay some respects. Yeah. Germany has 2 holidays. There is the Sunday of the Dead in late November, and this is a Protestant holiday. Sort of the same as the French one where they honor the dead. They visit the graves and bring candles. The second one is on April 30th.
Weird.
And this is called Witches' Night. Weird. And witches fly to the broken mountain and dance with the devil. and they wear spooky costumes and they light bonfires, and that just sounds awesome.
Where is this?
Germany.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So their Halloween is like 6 months later.
Yeah. Italy has the Day of the Dead as well. And then Romania, which is where Dracula is from, because Transylvania is in Romania. There's a castle called Bran Castle, and that is supposedly where Dracula lived.
Oh.
And it's kind of like the Winchester house. Well,
is that where Count Chocula lives?
Oh my God. I was going to be boring and be like, well, it's probably not an English word, so I'm sure it doesn't mean that. Nope. But your joke was better. So it's kind of like the Winchester Mansion where they just like lean into it, which I fully support. So there are parties and ghost tours and vampire themed events at this castle.
Nice.
So they really embrace it, which I love. And also it's Transylvania. It has mountains, and I know you haven't seen the new Nosferatu movie, but it's very misty. It's really good. It's really good.
Okay, any movies that we don't get to before Halloween, we're just going to watch on my birthday.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
So our next episode will be out on Monday, and that is going to be Birthday Bitch Fest. So, Kate, what is Birthday Bitch Fest?
Find out Monday. No, it's so my birthday is Sunday.
Yes.
So that's going to be the episode coming out after. And I kind of just wanted to do, I think for our birthdays, we should just do like a fun, weird episode like about us and our favorite birthdays and what we're doing, and recap our past year. Hopefully we'll be doing this for several years, and
we hope so.
Yeah, I just want to do something fun and not dumb.
Yes,
for my birthday. That's my gift to myself.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
Thanks.
I was thinking recently that because we're getting pretty close to 50 episodes.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe for 50 we can do something a little bit different, but I really like this idea of doing something unique around our birthdays.
Yes. Because it's like almost, our birthdays are pretty well spaced apart. Like you're March, I'm October. So it's going to be it's not like they're going to be on top of each other.
Right,
or something.
right.
So we'll have plenty to talk about.
Yes.
Each time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yay.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you watched, if you did, you might have seen some moments of Minnie being her normal terrorist self.
Yep.
She's just enthusiastic.
She really is.
She's a baby.
Happy about the curtains behind us.
She loves this. There's a green curtain behind the orange, and
it's her favorite thing to
she
try to climb.
loves the green.
She will conquer it.
Yeah, one day.
One day she will conquer it.
Yep.
Despite my best efforts.
Yeah. No, we love her though, and we love having her around.
Hopefully she's asleep.
Yeah. Okay, well, in the meantime, you can find us on social media. We are at Everything's Dumb Pod on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can like us, leave us a review, do all those fun things. You can message us if you have a dumb topic that you want us to hear about.
Yes.
Yeah. We are accepting.
Tell us what you think is
recommendations. Dumb. Yeah, because we have our opinions.
A couple.
But we would like to hear from everyone else.
Yeah.
So drop us a line. Is that the thing that you said one time, or almost said one time?
And I stopped myself, but you actually
I powered through. There. I went with it.
Cool. On record.
I don't mind that phrase.
I mean, I don't think it applies.
Does that come from like a telegram?
Line.
Oh, a phone line?
Drop it. Maybe it is a telegram. I don't know. It's definitely not DM us on Instagram. It's not dropping a line.
Well, then fine. DM us on Instagram. Dropping a line is so much more fun to say.
Okay. Then say
like, drop us a line. That's way more fun than being like, DM me. Ugh.
Slide into the DMs.
Slide into the DMs. I guess. We also have an email address that we never mention, everythingsdumbpod@gmail.com.
Yes.
Since we never mention it, I keep forgetting what it is, but that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay. All right. We will see you on Monday for the birthday bitch fest.
Yay!